Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning in to your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Valima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Already shuffled. Let's go ahead and get these out here. That last card's kind of interesting. Somebody's pulling in my driveway. Hopefully they're just turning around. Alright. What do I have here? For Cancer. Oh, you have an upside down card too. Alright, as we're coming in, it feels good enough with the Nine of Pentacles. You got the Nine of Pentacles, enjoying life, happy with what you accomplished, enjoying the situation. It's almost like enjoying that material wealth type feel. Like everything is good, it's very enjoyable, it's kind of like the party's going to plan. It's like a really good, almost like a get-together where everything just came together perfectly. The food was good, the timing was good, the weather was good. It's that type of feel, Now, I got this at where you are. You got Harvest, but right behind that card, you have New Beginnings. And the way these cards fell, it makes me wonder if you're seeing this as a new beginning or not. Because the Harvest is here. It's almost like a wedding in the sense. Somebody has a wedding, and it's like, all right, the harvest is here, the wedding is here, the wedding has happened. But now the new beginning, like life together, maybe children, something like that, just going the traditional route there. Something else is going to come from this moment. I feel like you know that. Seems like you should. Whatever this moment is, goes really well, goes to plan, it just hits very optimally. You see it going into a new phase. This isn't an end. Even though it's the harvest going into a new beginning. You got the King of Swords here right along with this Knight of Cups. And I feel it going down more. Like the lower part here is more what you're dealing with, the environmental factors. It comes up a slight bit, but not a lot. So I feel like there's information coming towards you, information being shared with you about the next phase. Seems nice enough, seems good enough. I get the Chariot and the High Priestess. Things are scheduled. Things are ahead of schedule. Things are scheduled ahead of schedule. I feel like things are literally scheduled too fast. It's too fast. Like, I almost feel like things are scheduled too fast. It's almost, I'm trying to understand what they're saying, but it feels like it's like the trip has been planned, but the transportation has not been lined up yet. This doesn't make, like, I'm like, is it not making sense to me, or this moment is not, this is not good. Things are out of sequence. Things are not right. I know it's the High Priestess and it's the Chariot, but like the High Priestess, she usually has more control. I feel like the Chariot is throwing her out of control a little bit. I almost want to like put her... She's not upside down though. It's like a good plan, seeing things for what they really are, but the rush that's coming in with it, I feel like these two cards are not... I don't feel like this is a good energy having together at the same time. Which I like the High Priestess a lot, but you know... I usually read cards right side up, so I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. Because I feel like the two of these cards together, too fast. And it's almost like somebody feels like they're planning it well. Yeah, it's going to go real fast. Yeah, there's a lot to be done, but, you know, we're using everything to its optimal ability. It's like, it's almost like at 2 o'clock we're going to do this, at 2:15 we're going to do this, at 2:45 we're going to do this, and there's no leeway. Everything has to go off perfectly. Life isn't usually like that. These two cards do not feel good to me together. I feel like the Chariot is throwing the High Priestess off her game. I really do. That's just shocking for that card because she's very powerful, and it's not usually like she'll let somebody do that. But I'm getting with the right circumstances, it could happen. Safe home protection. You're up here at this side. You seem to be looking in on this situation. You're hearing this information. You're hearing how fast it's scheduled, how detailed it's scheduled, how tightly it's scheduled. I honestly feel like even though you see it for what it is, you're just kind of positioning yourself to help. In the sense of like, well, they might get a little off track there, but I'll stand by here and I'll be here to help keep it on track. Really? I really feel that's where you are, though. You're like, yeah, seems like it's too fast, but I can help you get through that. I can stand here to the side, and when you need me, I'll help you make sure this stays on track. Might as well get it going quickly. I don't mind helping. That way you could stay on track, get these goals done, get it all done, It's almost like getting a 4-year degree in 2 months. That's how it feels to me. It's just way like, I'm like, okay, it's just too much. Really feels too much to me. But you seem like you're right in. Like, okay, if that's what you want to do, let me help you. I'll do it. I'm there. I'm down. If that's what you're going to do, okay, I'll stand by. I'll help you through it. Not a bad energy. I still feel like, okay, see, this comes together with the Sun card, and you'd think, okay, we're all cool. The High Priestess especially makes you want to feel like everything's going to be okay because she sees the good with the bad. But like everybody, nobody's infallible. I do feel like, in the perfect moment, everything works out perfectly, everything goes off without a hitch. Yeah, and I feel like the High Priestess is kind of like, yeah, if we have this optimal moment, it really could work out. The Sun card is here. You are connecting with this group of people. It feels like a group of people. Could be one person, but it feels like a group of people for a lot of you. Cool. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. We're all in. Let's do it. Yeah. It's all green lights. Yep, let's do it. Everybody truly wants this to succeed. You included. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. The High Priestess is very smart. I feel like this is very rare for her not to plan things out very well. And I almost feel like she's going on past successes where things have flown correctly, things have gone along optimally, and she's like, well, things have gone very well in the past. Why not this time too? Why not this time too? She seems to be aware of the risk. She does, but she seems to think that the odds are in her favor, especially with this community support. This makes sense. It does make sense on why she feels that way. She, he, they, don't get caught up in the gender. The Seven of Pentacles is your first clue that something isn't good. Because it's upside down. Which just means like, well, to me what this means is picking a fruit before it's ready. It's like picking a tomato when it's green. It's not ruined, but you're going to have to leave it on the windowsill to ripen up or make fried green tomatoes out of it. And maybe that's what you want. Or, there's other things. Oh, I can't think of... There's other things like bananas and things like that you can pick early. And they'll mature, but they still have to mature. Even if you pick them too early, you still can't use them until they've matured. Fried green tomatoes if you must, but you have to be very skilled to make those, in my opinion. I don't feel like just anybody can make those. I feel like they're kind of difficult. I don't know why. I've had a lot of bad ones. I've had some really good ones, but I've had some bad ones too. Anyway. I'm getting this. The situation is going forward too soon. And the Seven of Pentacles right in the center, everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. But it's kind of like we're playing the chances. We think we're going to beat the odds. We think we're going to pull this off. I see you with the Four of Swords. Excuse me. You're actually coming up to the Seven of Swords. You got the Four of Swords. You're holding back. You're waiting. You're poised for action. I feel like you're getting that nervous moment where you're just like, really, we're going too fast, too soon, too fast. And I feel like you're actually absorbing it. Like I said, I'd help, and I mean that. But I feel like the afterthought is like, oh boy, I shouldn't have encouraged this. I feel like you're standing here in the future going, I should not have encouraged this, but now that I have, standing with it, I meant it. I'm going to hold myself together. I'm going to do this. I said I would. But I feel like in retrospect, you're like, oh, I really don't think I should have encouraged this. I really, really don't. Because you also got healing next to this card, which I feel like you're also standing there like, I really don't think I should encourage, I don't think I should have encouraged this. And I think I'm going to have to keep my eye out for fallout. Because I promoted this, I think it's gonna fall apart, but I think I have to also help fix it afterwards because I shouldn't have promoted it. I feel like I shouldn't have encouraged it. I kind of have that energy with you. The other side, people around you have this mermaid magic seduction. I feel like people are giving the situation lip service. You're not the only one seeing. I feel like it's literally starting to fall apart at this point. It's too tightly scheduled is what I'm getting. It's what it feels like. It's too soon. It's too soon. It can't happen yet. People around the situation who also promoted it, encouraged it, I feel like there's stress here, but everybody wants to act like it's going to work out. No, I feel like you see it. You don't want to be the naysayer either, but you seem to be putting yourself in the position like, oh, I promoted this thing. It's going to fall apart. I see it falling apart. I'm just going to have to keep my eye out for fallout and try to fix things or help as I go. I feel like you're looking at the situation at this point like, I really wish I didn't promote this. I really wish I encouraged to go slower. I think this would have been better. Because what's ultimately going to happen is the Seven of Swords. This plan will be ditched. It will be... I just feel like people are just going to slowly walk away from it. Because it's falling apart. It just gets to the point where it falls apart so much that it just starts to be a question, what is there actually there to do anything with? You are very... I feel like you're very open to picking up the pieces, but it's almost like what pieces are left because people are walking away. And I feel like everybody just seems to be letting it go. I feel like ultimately you'll have to let it go too because otherwise you're going to sit there doing it all by yourself anyway. If this reading is hitting you at the right time, I feel like hopefully when the situation comes forward and the excitement comes forward, you remember this reading and you're just like, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Because the situation still seems like it has a possibility if it's not picked too early. I feel like if it's picked too early, it'll eventually be abandoned. If it's not, I feel like there's a chance that another harvest could come around. Otherwise, I feel like it's being picked too early, being put off to the side, forgotten, and then spoils. I think the message is there. Alright, so I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.